guys, it's Noof from Better Music.
And I'm Hutcho.
And we're going to demonstrate today for you the new Boss VB-2W Waza Craft pedal. The Waza Craft VB-2W pedal represents the pinnacle in Boss compact pedal range. It is all analog device. It is also a BBD, which is the Bucket Brigade device. The VB2 pedal first came out in 1982, and this new pedal encompasses that plus a new custom tone. Onboard has many features, including an ability to expand your range using the EV5 expression pedal. On board the VB2 Boss Waza Craft pedal, it has a function called latch mode. We're going to go through that real quickly with you guys, and we're going to also bring in the expression pedal and show you how that affects the rate. And we're also going to then touch on the rise function on the pedal, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit retro. You old school cats are going to dig this. All right, so we're going to get Hutcho. Would you mind we'll play a bit of a lick? See how that sounds?
No worries. Okay.
In that demonstration, Hutcho was playing considerably like soft, very general style playing, not too hard, not too light, just to give you a quick overview. And you would have noticed that as he was bringing the expression pedal down, that rate or depth increased. Actually, and then we're going to talk about the rise function in a second. But right now, let's just go back and focus on the rate and the depth. Hutcho's just going to take us through a little bit of that.
So what the rate is referring to is it's actually affecting the speed of the actual vibrato. So if you can see here, if I'm just going to do like a simple chord and hold it out and move the knob, you'll hear what it's doing. So at a more conservative setting. All right, and if I speed that up, and if you have somewhere in between. The depth knob is referring to the amount that the pitch is being affected with the vibrato. So if I had it at more of a conservative setting, and if I turn it up, you can get some quite bizarre noises.
So that's yeah, so you can go from something quite usable, classic, through to something quite unique. Another cool feature, all right, you old school cats, are you ready? You listening? Okay, the rise function on this. I'm going to mention old Leslie style, think your 60s classic rock kind of sound. This is what this little guy does. What it's going to do is affect the how fast that effect is going to come in. Now, it's very, very subtle. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to probably show you the easiest way to do it are the two extremes. So with the rise right down and the rise right up. So if you're familiar with your classic Leslie big Hammond sounds, when they engage those effects, you could hear the spinning coming up. Now, we don't hear the spinning of the speaker coming up. It's just how much of that effect comes up nice and gradually. But the Boss guys, they've got it coming in relatively quick, but there is a difference. So we'll start with it really, again, like conservatively. Right down. Let's knock it right up. It's subtle. It's subtle. That might.
Once again.
Yeah, let's do it one more time. Yep.
I'll do. So that'll be with it kicking in really quick.
Yep. And you'll hit it. It starts right over, but to reach its maximum. This is kind of one of the parts of the pedal that we also recommend you come in store and have a bit of a try yourself. This pedal has 3 different modes. You've got the bypass, latch, and unlatch. Okay, first of all, the bypass mode, pretty self-explanatory. So when it's set to bypass, it bypasses everything. That includes the BBD chip. Again, that is the Bucket Brigade device chip on board. So when you're clicking on and off, it's more like your standard pedal that you've come to know and love over the last 20, 30 years. It's a bit clunkier coming in and out. Not that that's a bad thing. The latch function. So when you step on the pedal, you turn it on, it's on. Okay, but more importantly, when it's switched off, you are running through the BBD chip on board, which will color your tone ever so slightly, even when the pedal's not running. Now, the unlatch mode, if you're familiar with other Boss products, they also call this a momentary switch. So that vibrato effect is really only going to work once your foot is pushing down on the pedal. As soon as you take your foot off, it stops. And the BBD chip is still always engaged. Hacho, would you mind, we'll go through the unlatched or momentary function. On the pedal, there's also a great little switch on here. It's right down the bottom. It says S and C. The S is for standard or traditional, so like your classic VB2 pedal. The C is for custom. It's referring to its brand new revoiced setting that gives you greater control over the depth and the intensity of the pedal. So it's a more modern kind of sound. At the moment, I think we've got it set into standard or traditional. So I'll get Hutcho. We're just going to play a little bit just in that setting. And then we're going to flick it across to the custom setting, and you just hear how much more alive, more sparkle you get out of the pedal. All right, let's have a listen to the standard.
Flick it to
into the custom setting. Yeah, so I really hope you could hear the difference between the traditional and that custom setting. Quite usable. Like everything in the Boss pedal range, especially the new Waza range, everything is super usable. And don't forget, these things also all fit onto the BCB30 and the BCB60 pedal boards. This would be a great little addition to any rig if you want your classic sounds all the way through to your real modern contemporary kind of sounds. And guys, thanks again from North and Hacho here at Better Music. Guys, thanks for watching, and leave some comments below if you all questions. Thanks guys.